I'm here with DEBO and New Cross to do a viewing for a potential company let. I've had a look around with DEBO and not quite keen on it, a number of reasons really, and I'm just going to share my thoughts on it. I've got other 2-bedroom flats around South London, and they do work providing you can create an additional living space, right? So this one, we were standing in one of the double rooms here. There is natural light. It's the biggest room in the flat, all right? To create an additional room, there needs to be natural light. And the reason it's not going to work is there's only one window. So that's going to be a challenge. If we could get another room here, then it would work. It's providing the toilet and kitchen and all of that is kind of, those facilities are separate from any of the rooms. So what is your thoughts then, DEBO?
You need to let all the tenants have access to the essential utilities, so making sure that it's not blocked. And then obviously if you wanted to go ahead and create the additional living space, then it would have to have natural light as well. So I'm understanding that, and as soon as I came in I could see what you were looking for. When you come into a room, you're looking for the basic amenities, and if it's going to be possible for you to create a second bedroom basically, and the number one thing is obviously natural light.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, that's right. And with 3 rooms here, generally in London, we're looking at around about £800 as the average. Obviously that does fluctuate up and down depending on the demand, right? But with 3 rooms, that gives you 4. You minus the bills, and I usually allow about £100 to £120 per room. And if you round that off to about 300-400 quid, then you know, if you take that off, that leaves you with 2,000, and the landlord wants 2,000. So there is no margin in this one, I'm afraid, DEBO.
Exactly. Quick maths, you know. When you're doing business, you kind of like, you're able to calculate things quickly. Once you know the asking rent, you're able to calculate things. And obviously, if you know your market, you know what the average going rent is, then you can work things out pretty quickly. So someone used to use the term back on a fag packet. So you can do like your
I like
maths.
that.
Yeah, yeah. So it's from another person. I used to always listen to people, and yeah, it works out. It proves that there isn't any margin.
There isn't any margin now, which is a real shame. Sometimes what I do get around without having to do a viewing is look at a floor plan. But when there's no floor plan that's available, you know, you're kind of forced to go there, if that makes sense. You can speak to the landlord and the person that's introduced you to the property, but if they don't know what you're talking about, it's a difficult one, because you don't want to sort of start saying we're going to do this before you've done a viewing. You want to be able to assess the layout first before you start those negotiations.
100%.
Why is that then, DEBO?
Because you want to make sure that the deal stacks up, obviously, before you even start to negotiate the rent. So when you're able to negotiate a lower rent, other than what they've asked for, then you obviously create more margin for yourself. But yeah, I mean, you want to kind of build up a relationship first, and then start talking about business second, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so we've done the quick maths. You know, it's basically our experience in rent to rent. And DEBO, have you enjoyed travelling here and having a look around and see what we can and what we can't do?
Definitely. I got picked up a lift here, so that was nice. I enjoyed the weather, so it's nice to come out and do viewings and obviously learn from what's a good deal, what's not a good deal, what's worth it, what's not worth it. So you're able to decipher and know what you're looking for as soon as you go to the next place, basically. And that's the mentality. On to the next one, there'll be more. And it's an abundant mentality that I've come to learn.
Absolutely, yeah, fantastic. All right, but what's this space? Because we've got how many properties are we trying to organise?
We're now 11, but in total it's 14, but we have 11. We're rolling, we get the ball rolling, and we're creating momentum.
Yeah, DEBO here is one of my mentoring clients, and how have you witnessed the experience so far?
It's live, it's active, and it's experiential, and it's vivid, because this is not talking about theory and like looking at contracts and looking at documents. like you're there, you're active, and it's a memory that can't be taken away from you because I've been there. And that's one thing about you being an asset, is that nobody can take away an experience or a learning experience that you've had. And so I've seen tenants come in for viewings, I've seen how additional living space was created, and so I've had those conversations about what works and what doesn't work. So it's experience is a treasure, and having the documents and having the theory when you like read a book or you have a course is good, but this is the icing on the cake basically. This is what makes you feel like, okay, I'm a professional, I can do this. And there's a term that I've read up on it. It says, he who thinks he can and he who thinks he can't are both usually right. And so because I've been there, I've done it, and I've been with fans, I believe I can, you know? That's basically it.
And you've got somebody holding your hand, walking you through step by step, right?
Absolutely.